Good morning, y'all. I know you're sick of me saying this, but it is another gray, rainy day in Arkansas. In fact, I may get interrupted in this video because we're supposed to have a really bad storm come through in the next hour or so with high winds and thunder and lightning. We're hoping it, of course, will skip around us, but I need for it to get on past at least by noon today because we're trying to go to Benton, which is about 35, 40 minutes from us, to watch one of our granddaughters play volleyball. She's on a travel volleyball team, so we're going over there to watch a couple of games. I need for this rain to get past. I also need for it to go away for a little while because I'm sick of it. Yesterday, one of the main reasons I'm making this video, and today, by the way, is Saturday, February 23rd, one of the main reasons I'm making this video is because yesterday I looked at my weather app and it said there was a window. It was going to stop raining about 9. It was going to start raining again about 2. And I badly wanted to go to Little Rock to the Shepherd's Needle, my local needlework shop, to pick up some fabric and some threads. Primarily, I was looking for fabric for the 4 new heartstring samplery patterns, the charity ones that Beth Twist did. I had ordered those and they'd come in, and I really want to stitch those, but I couldn't decide what fabric, so I wanted to talk to Ann, who always helps me with fabric. She's the shop owner and just wonderful, and Sherry is too, who also works there. While I was there, this is what I want to tell you guys because it's pretty exciting news. A couple of months ago, the Shepherd's Needle launched their website, and I've been on there several times and have ordered a thing or two from them, and they'll ship it, of course, pretty much anywhere, but they also will let you pick it up at the store, so I just order it and run up there and get it the next time I'm in Little Rock. Anyhow, on Friday, this coming Friday, February 28th, Ann is going to have a sort of a out with the old and in with the new sale. And y'all, this is a really, really good sale. She is going to, on Friday only, one 24-hour period, she's going to take 28% off of everything on her website. Now, there's a couple of exceptions, of course. One is that none of the new market stuff is going to be discounted. And she doesn't have fabric on her website. She has it in the store, but she doesn't have it on the website, so that's not going to be on sale. But think about it. 28%, February 28th, right? It took me a minute to get that. 28% off of floss, all of the overdyed threads, the silk threads, she has all of those. She has a million patterns. She has punch needle patterns. She has needlepoint supplies, scissors, needles, all of that, 28% off. So I'm going to put her address, her web address, in the box down below, and I would encourage you to check that out because I figured that up, and that's like off of a skein of Weeks or Classic Colorworks or one of those, you know, that's like about 70 cents off. And so if you're kitting up something and you need, I don't know, 10 skeins, then that's $7 right there that you saved. So y'all be sure to go by and visit her. The code to get your discount is FEB28, FEB28. I don't know if there's a box there or not for you to give her a note, but if there is, put a little note in there and just say Marlene sent me. I'm not making anything off of this, y'all, but I'm encouraging her to start a Flosstube channel. I think she would be wonderful at it. She is the nicest lady ever, and she's really excited about her website. I think that a Flosstube channel would be a lot of fun, and I would love to see her do that. So maybe you'd just put a note and say, join us on Flosstube or whatever. But just let her know that that I told you about this so that she'll see how good the marketing is for that. Anyway, so y'all go visit the Shepherd's Needle. Okay, what have I done this last couple of weeks? Well, one of the things I've done, and some of you saw it on Facebook. In fact, a lot of you saw it on Facebook. I got a lot of comments. This week, y'all know I buy at thrift stores and flea markets. McKenna from Stitching in Sequins inspired me a year ago to start buying stitched pieces that I see as I just walk through that strike me. And so I've been doing that, but then I thought, what am I going to do with those? And so what I've started, I have a wall in my dining room where I normally hang a quilt. Seasonally, I change those out. And I started a wall. I call it my wall of honor. Y'all know I can't insert a picture, so I'm just going to have to show you. And this is not going to be a great picture, but this is my wall. And the only thing I stitched on this wall is the needle worker right there. I stitched that. All of the rest of these I have bought at thrift stores and flea markets. And some of them my sister picked up for me. She would see something and text me with a picture, and if it was something I really wanted, she would get it for me. This beautiful triptych. Some of these I know the pattern names for, but mostly I don't. This filet crochet is beautiful. I'm not just doing cross stitch. If it's needlework, and this one is trapunto, if it's needlework, then and I like it, then I pick it up. And it's just a way to honor the stitchers who have gone before us, who have stitched and their pieces have ended up where none of us want our pieces to end up. And many of us that will happen to. I know that my kids will want a lot of the things that I've stitched, but honestly, when you've been doing it for years and years, and it's not a passion for them like it is for us, then how many of those can they really want or use? I don't know. Don't want to think about it. Okay. FFOs. I have one FFO, and this is a piece that I stitched at least a year ago called Hello Spring. I think, I can't remember who the designer is. There's a series of these. I added a piece of lace to the bottom and just did a plain pillow. I used a piece of fabric for the back that my friend Judith Fricker sent me, and I love it. It's perfect for this. And this is going to go, in fact, I haven't taken down my Valentine stuff yet, but I have my Easter stuff stacked up in the living room ready for the Valentine stuff to come down. So all my spring things are going to be going in there, and this is going to be joining that group. That's the only FFO I have this time. Well, no, that's not quite true. I really thought about not showing y'all this, but I'm going to, because I want you to know that it's okay not to be perfect all the time. Lori at Texstylust, and I'll put her channel down below as well, makes the vinyl front bags like a lot of people do. Mama Joan makes them, and Primitive Stitcher, and Diana at It Is Kismet makes them. Anyway, I've watched the videos. Oh, Dina at I can't think of it. Dina, sorry. This is the Dina that's a D. Are you in Tennessee? Anyway, several have made videos, and I've watched those, and I always thought I was a visual learner, but I find that as I age, I'm not as much a visual learner. I need the visual, yes, but I also need the written word. And so I emailed Lori and asked her if she could write down her directions, the way she does it, and her measurements for me. And she did. She was so sweet to send that to me. So This is my first attempt at one of the vinyl front bags. Now, when I say my first attempt, I'm using this bag, y'all. This is the fabric that I just showed you on the back of that pillow. And I love the fabric. It reminds me of Judith. But I have mitered corners on quilts all my life. And I could not, for the life of me, get these corners to miter correctly. You probably can't see it. Let's see if I can find one that's particularly not good. None of them are good. What am I saying? Mitered corners are supposed to, you can't see it on the stark fabric. I'll show it on the next one. I made two. That's one of them. And this one is the second one. And here's the bottom. Maybe you can see this bottom corner. Look at that. It's wrinkled. It doesn't meet in the corner where it's supposed to. And I did that one. I did this one. Same thing. Could not for the life of me get it to work out. Gave up on the top. Gave up. Just folded it down, stitched it straight across. And you know what? I love these bags. I love them. I don't care if the corners aren't perfect. I don't even care if the corners are ugly. The bag is not ugly. And it's wonderful to let me see my pattern. So, thank you, Lori, for those directions. And I asked Lori if she wouldn't mind to do a tutorial on it as well on her channel, another video, because the more of them I see, the better I do. I watch them all, you know, when I want to make something, I'll just watch 2 or 3 in a row, and then maybe it kind of soaks in. I don't know. Okay, what am I working on? Well, FOs. Let's talk about FOs first. Finished objects. I did not bring the pattern in here with me for this. This is a free pattern, and I don't remember who, but I have it in there by my chair. It's just a little alphabet sampler. This was originally, when I started stitching this was a piece of a fabric called Brittany that my sister picked up at an estate sale for me. And it was a cream colored, a light cream colored. And these were the threads. I had to substitute a couple of DMCs, but these were the threads. And look how bright this orange is. And worse than that, this green ended up being way brighter than I like. Just not quite to my taste. So after I finished stitching this whole thing, I dyed it, the whole thing. About 3 months ago, I had some walnut shells that I don't remember what I did. Do you soak those? I guess I soaked them in water and strained out the shells. Or maybe I just had walnut dye. Maybe I just had walnut dye. Well, I had a lot of it left over, and I stuck it in an old orange juice bottle and set it on the shelf in here in my sewing room because I thought in a day or two I'm going to dye some more and that'll be okay. Well, I forgot it was there until I started looking around for my Rip dye and my other dye, and there it sat, and I thought, ooh, if I open that up, is it going to smell terrible? Well, y'all, it was fine. It smelled exactly like it did the day that I made it, which was nothing. There was no smell. And so I put some in a bowl, and I just soaked this whole thing. And it went from being, let's see, I don't have a piece of cream colored here, but y'all know what, just a very light, almost white cream color, to just dull enough. And it toned down the bright orange and the bright green in the letters. And now I love this. I showed y'all the little rag, that's the name of it, I think, from Shakespeare's Peddler that I stitched last time, was all red letters, and I have just fringed that and left it. And I've decided I'm going to do several that way and just have a stack of them on my coffee table. And this is going to go with that. I'm going to fringe it and leave it plain. This is the back, which I think is pretty darn good. It's not perfect. Like I said, very little is perfect in life. Then I stitched, this was another free one, and I didn't ring the pattern. I don't know what I did with it. Love Never Fails. This is the fabric I'm using on the back. It's the same as I put right here, and I added 4 little buttons here. I'm sorry for how dark it is. I can't see well anyway. I'm going Monday, y'all, to talk to the doctor about the cataracts. Say a prayer for me. Y'all know I'm scared of that stuff. And then the third one that I have finished is Brenda Gervais wordplay for February. That's this pattern. And I did it on a 32 count legacy linen. And this is what it looks like right here. I used all the call for threads on this except for a couple that I had to substitute. I didn't have them in my stash. And after I got started, I didn't like, there were 2 different colors of brown. Well, 3 actually. One's kind of a dark gold. But I didn't like the different browns, and so I used the darker brown in a couple of places where it was not called for. There was also something right here that I left out. I don't remember. Oh, it was a key. It was another key, and I thought, well, I've got 2 keys already. I don't need another one. So I left that out. And I'll just make this into a pillow. I've made only one other of that series. I don't remember which one. And right now, this is my whip that I'm working on this moment. And it's another Brenda Gervais, and it's called Spring Delivery, and y'all have all seen that one. There were a couple of threads that I didn't have. One of them was called Pumpkin Patch. I can't remember if that was a Weeks or a Gast. But I thought, okay, well, that's no big deal. I looked at the DMC conversion. They didn't have one on the pattern, but I looked online. And these were the 2 that I came up with. And I thought, well, that'll work. That'll be fine. Here's the rest of these threads. Those don't go with those at all. Not at all. What was I thinking? This, when I went yesterday, I picked up Pumpkin Patch. I'll show it to you. Where'd you go? Here it is. This is Pumpkin Patch. Nothing at all like these 2. Nothing at all like that. So where I have stitched his scarf, I am going to take out and redo that with Pumpkin Patch. I do not like that orange. This color I love. It's beautiful. It's called Chrysanthemum. And I think it's gorgeous. So that's what I'm working on now. And tonight I will be doing some unstitching on that scarf. I knew better than do it because I knew I didn't care for that orange, and I knew it didn't look right with the others. But you know how sometimes you get a pattern and it has all those threads and you think, well, those don't really go together, and then you make it and it's beautiful. I did, when I was at the Shepherd's Needle yesterday, pre-order a few market releases. What exactly is a few? Is a few 2 or 3? Is a few 5 or 6? More? I did pre-order a few. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oh well. And also, I wanted to show this. This is a vintage piece. I love Mama Jones vintage pieces. I've shown this before, but I'm going to show it again because in Lori Texstylust's last video, when she did the videos with Lisa, Kindred Stitcher, she pulled a kit out of her basket that she had, and I'm pretty sure it was this one. So I wanted her to see it. I'm not sure with the light being so bad. Oh, maybe that'll show it. This is a wool applique done with a buttonhole stitch. Sorry, y'all, my computer sometimes shuts the photo down and I can't see what's happening, even though you can. This came from Primitive Gatherings in Wisconsin. It was a kit. Her kits come with all of the wool, though none of the pieces are cut. I did substitute with some wool that I had that I liked a little bit better than maybe a piece or two that she had put in there, but otherwise it's the same. Those are beautiful kits. She does beautiful work and has amazing wool. All right, let's see. That's about all I've got for today. We're going to be leaving in a little while for the ball game. The rain seems to have lightened up. It is 11 o'clock, so I'm hoping that it's past us a little bit sooner than we thought. I know that some of you love to read, and I wanted to tell you that I am rereading a series that many of you may have already read, but it's worth rereading. It's the Mitford series by Jan Karon, K-A-R-O-N. If you have not read those, they are the sweetest books. Just the sweetest books. That's about all I can say. And there are 13 or 14 of them, I think. Maybe not quite that many, but I own about 9, the first 9 or so. And so I started rereading those this week, and I'm hooked again. In fact, it's not often that a book takes me away from cross-stitching, but those can do it. I've been stopping stitching about 9 o'clock at night instead of waiting till 10 or 10:30 and reading until I go to sleep. So that's all I have, y'all. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I get to do a lot of stitching. Thank you for coming. I am up. Oh, I've hit a milestone on my subscribers, and I'm really excited about that. So on the next video, I will try to do a giveaway just to celebrate, add a little joy to someone. So thank you very much for being here, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.